Next Tuesday, when CJ goes au naturel remedies, it's intervention time.
My boy Marcus went down to Mexico and got some shots.
You have to go to the doctor.
Because you can't handle a shot of tequila.
Tyler Perry's House of Payne, all new next Tuesday at 9 on BET.
All right, House of Payne fans, you just saw the preview for next week's episode, Season 10, Episode 4. Back that thing up. Look, that sounds like a Curtis line. I could definitely see him saying that kind of dialogue, but the trailer isn't that. There's not much to pull from. Honestly, I sometimes think about why do I even bother doing these trailer breakdowns, but it's routine at this point, so why not? Before going forward, you know the drill. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit that bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out when I post new content to the channel. And follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Looks like, you know, CJ's outside doing some stretches, yoga type exercises, you know, in order to not feel as stiff. And the narrator talks about some home remedies and everything he's trying to try out. You know, I knew a guy who went to Mexico and got some, you know, some shots and he was just fine. And Calvin's, you know, quick to say, what shots? You can't even handle like a shot of tequila. And, you know, Ella's trying to say, hey, you need to go to a doctor. And the whole thing is an intervention because who knows what kind of zany tactics CJ is getting himself into so he can get back to himself as soon as possible. My question is, we know that time has been passing by like crazy. Like, remember one moment in this week's episode, Ella gets a phone call about the tumor. And then Miranda literally says, hey, it's been a few weeks since you had to get the surgery and whatnot. And then, of course, that's when Ella gets the call that the tumor is, I believe the term is benign. So, like, when is CJ supposed to have this quote-unquote hearing to determine whether or not he'll be terminated from his position in the fire department, you know? So I'm just kind of wondering when that's going to happen. I know we kept talking about how, you know, I'm going to recover. I'm going to go to that hearing with my head held high. I mean, is it just a matter of him, you know, waiting to recover before the hearing takes place? This isn't a complaint. It's just, you know, I'm curious because a lot of big things are said to be happening, but we don't really get to see that kind of stuff or get follow up. But hopefully in this episode, we'll get some more intel on that. Unfortunately, I don't have a synopsis for this episode yet, so I really don't know what's going to happen outside of the trailer. But, you know, just based on the trailer alone, well, to be fair, the same thing was said about last week's trailer when we had Lisa and Malik having the academic probation talk, and it seemed like, wow, this episode is going to be really comedic, but it's like, oh no, this is a serious episode. So I wonder what kind of elements are going to be in, you know, next week. As long as it even is a fraction as good as this week's episode, I think I'll be satisfied. So get ready for Back That Thing Up, and we'll see what happens. I mean, Back That Thing Up, aside from Curtis, you know, Lisa is a stripper, so I don't know, but I don't think she's stripping, you know, with the baby apparently close to coming. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts on the preview for next week's episode. Go ahead and like and subscribe as I mentioned earlier. And if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and I'll talk to you next time.